guys, welcome back to my channel 𝕃𝔸𝕊𝕋. If you're new here, my name is Gloria and I'm a full-time reseller on multiple different apps and I resell clothes and shit. So in today's video, I'm actually going to be giving you guys a recap for the month of August. Now, I generally like to do this at the very end of each month just to kind of give you guys an insight of how my month went. So first things first, I actually want to go over a few sales that sold over $25. So the first thing is this 𝕊𝕼 Swiftly tee. This is actually my first time actually finding this style of 𝕊𝕼. I was unsure of how much I should price it at just because, you know, 𝕊𝕼 seems like it's on the decline, but when I pick it up, it's always at the bins. But this one sold fairly quickly, I want to say within a week, and I realized that I may have possibly priced it a little bit low because it was a size 12, but nonetheless, it is a bins pickup. So this one is a 𝕃𝕀𝕊𝕋 sweatshirt. This is a brand that's kind of like on my list of brands that I will sometimes almost always pick up at the bins. This is Rag & Bone. I actually sourced this at a regular thrift store, and honestly, when I saw it, I felt the material was like this velour material. I already knew that I was gonna take it home. This one did sell fairly quickly, and when I tell y'all fairly quickly, I mean like in less than 2 weeks. So just a note there. These are some Everlane jeans. Even though this is on my over 25 list, I don't particularly like to pick up this brand anymore. Even at the bins, I second guess myself just because it sits for a very long time and it doesn't really go for as much as you would like. I really wanted to get about $45 for this, but 28 is not bad. This was a bundle. It did sell for, I want to say either $36 or $40 or $45. Honestly, I don't really know. I'll pop it on the screen. But I was pretty happy with this because both of these items were picked up at the bins and they were featured in a recent Ship With Me video, which I'll link down below if you guys want to check it out. This was another bundle that was also featured in that video. It is Disney and cut from the cloth. I don't particularly like to pick up cut from the cloth, but on a slow bins day, I will pick it up, and it was slow. But as far as the Disney tee, I feel like anything with like the LGBTQ, you know, group, it's a good pickup. These are some Hugo by Hugo Boss trousers. Definitely a great pickup. I love picking up this brand in like slacks or pants because I noticed that they sell the quickest. This is again a brand that I enjoy picking up at the bins. I literally pick up all different styles. I pick up men, I pick up women, and it sells really well, so this was no exception. These are some Athleta pants. This is a brand that I have a love-hate relationship with, but I picked these up at a regular thrift store just because comps were pretty good. I did get a little bit lower than the comps that I had saw, which was around $30 to $40. But these are some Old Navy jeans. These were actually from my personal closet. These actually sold at full asking price. So I don't know if I need to start looking for Old Navy jeans in plus sizes or what. So this is actually a pair of Spanx. These are the faux leather ones, I believe. I actually picked these up at a regular thrift store. I did pay up for them. It had to have been like $8 or $9, I want to say. And I don't really know if I do it again because I don't know, Spanx is just one of those brands that I feel like she's not as popular as she once was, especially the leggings. I feel like all of the other items I don't really know much about because I don't find them that often, but as far as the legging goes, this style used to sell for over $60, and now you probably on a good day could get between $30 to $40. So I don't know if I pick them up at a regular thrift store. These are a pair of framed denim jeans. I also picked these up at a regular thrift store. I did take a chance on this one, but these weren't the Lehigh skinny, and that was the only reason why I got them, but they did sell for $40, so I do think it was a good pickup. This is a North Face jacket that I actually featured in one of my vlogs, and I was kind of talking about how I didn't want to sell this one only because it was so near and dear to my heart. My boyfriend actually bought me this and he paid a lot of money for it, and I didn't want to let it go, but I eventually just let it go. So we got $63 out of it. This is a Johnny Was dress. This was a smaller size, so I knew I wasn't going to get that much, but since it was a bins pickup, I think $40 is a great price point. These are some 𝕊𝕼 leggings. Did not know the name. Absolutely did not know the name. However, I picked them up because it's 𝕊𝕼, and finding 𝕊𝕼 at the bins is always like, you're coming home with me, okay? This was a Elizabeth and James like blazer. So I only picked this one up because it had ruching on the sleeves and I thought that it looked really cool. So I went on and grabbed it, and I checked comps. The comps were decent. This jacket actually sold full retail for $495. So I was like, you know what? let me go ahead and take it. I listed it at like $55, but it did have a flaw. Now, later on down the line, I ended up washing it and I forgot to update, you know, the photos or whatever. But this person ended up sending me a counter offer on what my 𝕊𝕄𝕇 sent out. And I eventually countered, and then they countered back at 30, and I was like, I'm cool with 30. Let me know down below if you guys pick up Elizabeth and James, because I feel like this is the first time I've ever heard about it. Well, I guess I didn't really hear about it because I found it, but you get the gist. This is a brand called 𝕬𝕼𝔼𝕑. Now, this brand has a 100% sell-through rate, so if you find the brand 𝕬𝕼𝔼𝕑, pick it up. I don't really know if it's more of a southern brand or not, but it's more rodeo, western, and all the vibes. It does retail for over $100, so I would say pick it up if you find it really cheap. This is a theory blazer. I was actually really happy to find this at the bins. It sold fairly quickly. I think I had it listed for like maybe $48, and then my bot sent them an offer and they accepted it. These are a pair of Universal Standards jeans. Luckily, I found these at the bins, so it wasn't like too much going into it. But these sold fairly quickly. I want to say within like a week and a half they sold, and I was really happy about it. They were plus size, so I do think that was the reason why they sold as quick as they did. This is a brand that I always pick up at the bins just because I love it so much. Unfortunately, I got this from a regular thrift store, but this one did sell for around the price point that I thought it was going to sell for, which was between $30 to $40. It was my first time sourcing some pants from Sundance, so I was real nervous on whether or not I should get them or not, but I'm glad I did. This was an athletic dress. It was new with tags, and it was an extra small, so I really was like taking a chance on it. But since it was from the bins, I felt that the color was great going into fall. Poshmark ended up sending them an offer and they accepted it, so I think it was a pretty good sale. These are a pair of Good American jeans. I love picking this brand up at the bins. I think I found it maybe 2 or 3 times at this point, and this brand has definitely declined as far as the jeans price point, because you could sell them between 50 to 60. Now you're getting more 30 to 40 for them, and I'm completely okay. These are a pair of REI co-op pants. These actually sold within like 2 days, maybe even 1. I can't remember, for my full asking price, and we love to see it. This is a bundle of Kite Baby. Now, if you guys are unfamiliar, it's just a brand that kind of sells bamboo clothing for children, and I actually sourced all 3 of these at the bins 3 different times, and I kept them all for my son. But I knew that I was going to get a lot for these. That's why I waited out. Never received any offers, but my bot eventually sent them an offer and they purchased it. This is a new to me brand called 𝕃𝔸𝕊𝕋. Never heard of it, but I thought this colorway looked so nice, and I love like that soft fleece inside. And someone asked me on Mercari, was this reversible? And at the time I didn't know. So I did do further research, found out that it was. Thank God I got that message from them, because I was able to go and update all of my titles for this item, and this one sold full asking price at $55. Let me know if you ever found a brand called 𝕃𝔸𝕊𝕋, because it was my first time and I only picked it up because I thought it looked cool. This is a Lululemon's men's top. Found this at the bins. This one was getting so many lowball offers. I mean, I was getting like $10 offer, $12 offers, but I knew that I should hold out, because since we were kind of transitioning into fall, I knew that the long sleeves, the sweater-like items would sell. This is an Aritzia, I believe it's Wilfred. So Aritzia is essentially like Anthropologie, and then they have a whole bunch of little brands up under it, and the brand was called Wilfred. I did price this item a little too high initially, but I dropped down the price and it eventually sold at $25. I do believe they sent me a offer, and I thought $25 was very reasonable, just because I did get this at the bins. All right, so this is a Amanda Uprichard dress. I actually sourced this at a regular thrift store. I did have a vlog ranting about this buyer. I'll link it down below. But I was really happy with this pickup. I initially received a $40 offer, and then somebody canceled the offer, and somebody came in and sent me a $50 offer, and I accepted it. So we love to see it. This was a bundle. I believe it sold for $82. This definitely was a slow day for me, and I thought that $82 offer on 3 items that I got from the bins, 1 item I got from a thrift store, was definitely decent enough to take. And yeah, I initially wanted that ugly Christmas sweater, of course, to sell during Christmas around that time, because I knew it would sell for a lot just because it was so stinking cute. But they were getting rid of these 7 for All Mankind jeans for me, and I knew that I needed to sell those, so I took. The next one is these pair of Bonobos Friday men's trousers. Absolutely love picking this brand up at the bins. I think that it is a great menswear brand. Of course, please check your sell-through rate because some of them do not sell quickly, some of them do not sell for a lot. So just pick up the ones that do. And I want to say the ones with the weekdays on them sell the best. This one came through an offer, and I was pretty happy to take it because, like I said, it was a bins pickup. These are some hokas that I actually bought for myself on Mercari, and I wore them, y'all, and it was the worst experience ever. Would never put them on again. So I knew I immediately had to list them to get them out the door, and glad I did because they sold, and they had so many likers on Mercari as well as Poshmark, and I accepted the $25 offer just because I was tired of seeing them. So I was like, yeah, get up out of here. This is a Patagonia fleece chinchilla sweater. This one actually sold like same day, I want to say, and this was a bins pickup. Ironically enough, people kept passing it up at the bins because it did have a tiny little hole in the back, but as long as you describe the flaw, you'll be fine. These are a pair of aloe leggings. I picked these up at the bins. I didn't think these would have sold as quick as they did, but they did. I received a $25 offer, and I thought that was a great offer for this very old style, so I accepted it. These are some Sundance like cargo pants. I knew that these were gonna sell for a decent amount. I think I had them listed at either 40 or 45. Someone sent me a $30 offer, and of course I accepted it because I do think it was a great pickup. These were sourced at a regular thrift store and not the bin, so that sucks a little bit, but I'm completely okay with it. And then the last thing on Poshmark was these Free People pants. Y'all, I was so happy that I picked these up because I could not find the brand for the life of me. I took them home just because of style. Eventually found the, what the hell? So I finally found the brand, and it was actually Free People, and I was really happy that I did pick them up just because they end up selling fairly quickly. I did list these really high just because I saw another listing and theirs was like $85, so I was like, let me just price mine at $68 because I want it to sell, and my bot sent them an offer and they accepted it. So $51 for some Free People jeans, 100%, I'll take it. All right, so let's move on to eBay. So the first thing is actually this Kate Quinn bundle. These are a pair of children's clothing. I knew nothing about the brand. I picked up one of them and I thought that the fabric felt really nice, kind of similar to Kite Baby, but not as great. So once I found one more and then another one, I was like, oh yeah, all of these are gonna get bundled. And I was trying to look for more in that bin, couldn't find any. So I just kept these three and I made sure I bundled them together. Check comps and sell-through rate, and this brand does really well. And these did take, I want to say, a little over 2 months to sell, but I'm completely okay with it. And I think that price point is great for children's clothing, so we love that. This is a Johnny Was dress, also sourced this at the bins. This was a pretty quick flip. It was flawed, so I did sell it for a little bit lower than I would have liked. The size really excited me only because I feel like with Johnny Was larger sizes, you definitely can get over $70 for it. But since there were flaws to the elastic, as well as, like, I want to say it was a hole or two, I knew that I wasn't going to get that much, so I priced it a little bit lower. And of course I send out offers weekly and someone accepted it. So this brand is actually called 𝕎𝔼𝔼𝕼. I believe I picked this up before, probably in like a bra and probably in a dress some years ago. And this one was new with tag, so that was the main reason why I got it. And it was a 2X, and you already know how I feel about plus size now. Like, I feel like I've jumped on the bandwagon with picking up plus sizes. And if you watch YouTube, everybody knows plus sizes is the way to go. So I have my prices locked on eBay, and the price was locked at like $39.99. They asked me, could I do 35? I thought that was incredibly reasonable, so I said sure. And if you guys are on eBay, they allow you to send an offer through the messages. So I sent them a $35 offer. They immediately accepted it and paid. So I was like, that was a really great pickup and a really great sale. This was a Ralph Lauren lamb's wool equestrian riding tweed blazer. Honestly, y'all, I know for a fact I cheap sold this. Like, I know for a fact. However, I really had to think about it like, girl, you got this from the bins, you paid $1 for it. Like, don't be too greedy. So I ended up having it listed originally like at $99. Now, of course, I sourced this over the summer, so nobody was really looking for, you know, blazers. However, it did get a like or two across all platforms. And then, you know, I tried to slowly, you know, send out offers and all of that. Nobody would bite. And I wanted to get about $80 for this initially. So I think I had it sent out an offer maybe like 62, around that price point, and they asked me could I do 50, and I went back and forth with myself and I was like, girl, it's not that serious, just take it. So I accepted the offer and they purchased it at $50 on a dollar item that I got from the bins. This is a 𝕃𝕀𝕊𝕋 sweater. Again, I love this brand. I know a lot of people have written it off, but I still pick up the pieces. Now, I'm better with picking up like substantial pieces, as my girl Kaylee would say. But this one sold, I want to say within a few weeks. I was so happy to find a stock photo because you already know I hang my items and I don't think it would have did it any justice. So thank God for stock photos. This is a Notori by Josie, or Josie by Notori robe. I picked this one up and it was cheetah print. If you guys do not know, Notori is a great brand to pick up. So if you see it, it's definitely a Bolo brand, but you definitely want to check sell-through rate and the comps on it. But yeah, this one sold and they left me a really nice review, basically saying that they should have purchased it a lot sooner. They shouldn't have second guessed themselves because they love it. So just a heads up, Notori is an amazing brand, but the subline Josie by Notori, I want to say, is great too. This is a pair of Eileen Fisher pants. I have like a love-hate relationship with Eileen Fisher because some of the items do amazing. They sell quickly and all of that. Some of them, not so much. So it's really my fault for not really checking the sell-through rate and the comps on every single piece I pick up. I just was going off of the brand, but your girl has been deliberate, okay? I only pick up pieces that I know for a fact will sell, and then I do my research. This is a pair of Barefoot Dreams joggers. Great pickup, love Barefoot Dreams, would pick it up pretty much every single time at the bins and at the bins only, because you are only gonna get about $25 for it. Like, if you've been able to sell it for more than that, kudos to you. But girl, I cannot get more than $25. Well, I guess I can't get more than $30, more than 25. But y'all get what I'm trying to say. Again, Eileen Fisher. This was a dress. It was an extra large, so I do think that played the biggest role in it. It was a hemp organic cotton blend, and it was like a t-shirt dress. So the girls love it. This one sold for my full asking price, and I love when that happens. Now we move on to Mercari. This is so short. You guys might blink and I might be over with this. This is actually my favorite sale for the month of August. And I think I'm gonna try to start covering that every single month. It's like, what is my favorite item from the whole month? And usually it's gonna be the one that sold for the most, but I digress. This one was my favorite because it was new with tags and I found it at the bins, y'all. New with tags, Johnny Was jacket, plus size at the bins. You can't go wrong. This one sold, I want to say within 2 days. I listed it and I tried to make sure I didn't overlist it, because y'all know how sometimes you pick something up that's just like a great piece, you love it, you know everybody else is gonna love it, and then you price it too damn high and then you sitting on it. I didn't want to do that. So I try to price it really affordably, and I said 150 is the lowest that I'm willing to go on this in my head. And I had it at like 195. They asked me could I do 160, and I was like, that's $10 more than I said I was gonna go. I said of course. So then I sent them an offer, because you already know you can do that through Mercari. Sent them an offer through the messages. They accepted it, and it's been accepted and all of that. Like, that was a great pickup. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, like, I remember when I snatched this up, they had just pulled out a new like row of bins, and this day they were like cycling them out, and I typically don't do that. Like, I don't go to new bins. Like, I like to just do my normal, check all the bins and then go home. But this day they just kept going and going, and thank God they did, because every time they would do a new bin, I would wait after I finished this, you know, row of bins, I would go to the next one, and I found this one, and me and another girl was kind of like heading toward it, but I saw the tag, I was like, give me that. And you know, I ain't snatch it from her, but it kind of felt like that in my head. These were a pair of Outdoor Voices shorts, also sourced these at the bins. This brand is like up or down, like it's really what you pick up. These were an extra large, so I do think that is what really sold them, that they were larger size. But this brand, I probably will pick it up every time I find it at the bins. Not those striped leggings though. If you know, you know. I'm not picking those up. And lastly on Mercari is this 𝕊𝕊𝕊𝕋 sports bra. This one sold through an offer, I want to say. So I think they sent me a $27 offer, and I accepted it because you can't go wrong. This was found at the bin, so $27 from $1. I think yes. Okay, so now we move on to bad pickups. These are like low tier items, brands that I just was testing out, brands that I typically would pick up, but I didn't vet the style, and just like all around bad buys. These are some Nike golf shorts. Now, unfortunately, I sourced these at a regular thrift store, and I think I only made a profit of like $2.98, which is really pathetic. But these are on the list mainly because I picked these up because I want to say a year ago, I was hearing a lot about Nike golf, like not really being, what is the word? Produced anymore. So a lot of people do search out for it, and nobody's looking for Bermuda shorts, women shorts at that. So bad pickup. So this is a David's bridal dress. This is actually kind of like a bridesmaid dress. Honestly, y'all, I'm really upset with myself because I picked up one of these a long time ago, maybe a year ago, and it sat for the longest of time, okay? The longest of time. And I said, I'm never picking up again. And guess what I did? I picked this shit up again. And yeah, it's $11. So wouldn't do it again. And I mean it this time. This is a 𝕍�ซี้𝑏𝑦 just like a cami tank top. It was a size large, so I thought it would have did a lot better. When I went to list it, I listed entirely too high, and it eventually sold for $10. Somebody sent me an offer. I was like, hell the fuck yes, okay? I did get this at the bin, so not really much there, but I don't think I would pick up this style, even this brand, to be honest with you, because it's kind of like on my shit list, because this isn't the first 𝕬𝐵𝑦 that has sat for a extended amount of time. So there's that. This is a universal thread sweater. I don't even know why I picked this up. I'm really trying to rehash the reason why. Like, I must have picked it up for myself at some point. But this one sold, I want to say earlier in the month, and then they end up canceling it. And I think it sold for like $3. So I was like, whatever. So when this one sold at $4.98, I'm like, totally fine. But universal thread, if you do not know, it is sold at Target. It's kind of like a cheaper line. So I wouldn't suggest it. Please don't commit it to memory. Hang 10, this was a rash guard. I picked it up because I think at the time I was only checking comps, never the sell-through rate, only if this item sold. If it sold, I saw a few more than the average, I would pick it up. And yeah, this is a very bad pickup. The buyer was really happy though. They loved it. But yeah, not on a brand list that I would even commit to memory. Maybe commit to memory on not picking it up, if anything. These are a pair of 𝕍𝑀 pull-on pants. This brand has become one of my bread and butters. I picked this one up just because I was very new to like the Ben's life, and I was picking up all of my familiar brands. This was one of them, and let's be completely honest, a small petite, you looking to sit on it for a while. So just know better, okay? Know better and do better. And $3.82, I'm definitely gonna do better, because absolutely not. This is not how you run a business. This is a brand called Curvation. Again, trying out new brands, not really checking the sell-through rate, only the comps. And yeah, $8, so. This is a vintage bubble gump, what do you call it, an apron. So I picked this up because I was like, oh, it's vintage, somebody's gonna love this. I saw the stains, I was like, oh, I'll stain trade it, they'll come out. They didn't come out, so of course I didn't want to list it that high, because I'm like, girl, be fucking for real. So I listed it kind of low, and I was happy that it sold. This actually sold for my full asking price. This is a Talbots t-shirt, top, blouse, whatever you want to call it. So this one actually had interest in it, I want to say maybe 4 months after I listed it originally, and I sent them an offer, and they told me that they wanted it, and I think I sent it had to be like an $8 or $9 offer. This is before I fixed my Poshmark VA into not sending anything from a certain amount. So I sent them an offer with discounted shipping, and they initially thought that price, so I want to say it had to have been $9 or $8 that I sent them. They thought that's all they was gonna have to pay. Like, they thought collectively $8 was it, and I'm like, absolutely not. So what ended up happening was she backed out. Like, she was like, oh, never mind then, I thought I was only gonna be paying this, but then they want fees and shipping and all that. So I think I ignored her, but this eventually sold, and I wouldn't pick it up again. The girls talk about Talbots, and I don't know if I find much luck with it. Like, I don't know yeah, and I'm really trying to think like about all the items that I picked up from this brand, and I don't think any of them have ever done well. So this is on my shit list. 𝕃𝔸𝕊𝕋. This made the list just because of the price point. I picked this up at a regular thrift store, so just imagine how much I'm actually bringing home. Didn't quite finish my book, so I do not know, but I'm roughly estimating maybe less than $1, okay? And it wasn't worth it. I actually pulled this from my inventory and put it in my bag of items that I need to donate. However, it sold, so I was just like, you know what? I'll take $1 instead of nothing and a loss of $6 or $7. So I ended up selling it for $7.98. It's not really the brand. 𝕃𝔸𝕊𝕋 is a pretty decent brand. I picked this one up and it was stained. And then lastly, these pair of Levi mile high cropped wide leg jeans. You hear what I said? Wide leg jeans. I picked these up knowing that they were ruched, cinching, whatever you want to call it, at the ankle. And I still took them home knowing that these were not the right pants because somebody worked on them. And that's my fault. And honestly, I probably could have done better by making sure that I did like upcycle or something like that, put that in the title, but I flopped and somebody sent me an $8 offer. It was listed at $10 and I accepted at $8. I did pick this up at a Ben's location, so I can't be too upset, but $8, y'all. All right, so now we are gonna move on to the recap portion. So in total, I made 183 sales for the whole month of August, which I think is pretty good. It's kind of like on that higher end, so that's why I'm kind of excited to do my numbers and see where I landed, okay? I typically make about 25 on Mercari, like give or take 23 to 28. That is like where I'm at, so 17 is terrible. Okay, so now I want to go over a few things that I tweaked for the month of August because you already know July was not that good, so I knew for August I needed to change little things, and I changed a few things on each platform separately just to try to help out a little bit. So first on Poshmark, I literally put my closet on 25% off with discounted shipping the whole month. I never once turned it off. Never once turned it off. Now y'all know I typically would turn it off, like maybe rotate it weekly, so I'll turn it off for 1 week and then send bulk offers at the very end and then do it like that. Nope, this month I let it run the whole month. Also switched the fact that I put it to 2 minutes instead of 5 and 10. So I think at one point I had it at 10 minutes, then I had it at 5 minutes. Now I have it at 2. So literally when somebody liked my item, within 2 minutes, my bot is sending them an offer. Now initially I thought that that was just like a little annoying. So that's why I was like, 2 minutes seems too close. Let's give them at least 5 minutes. But you have to really think about it. These people are online, clearly shopping, even if they are window shopping. You send them a good deal 9 times, or should I say about 6 times out of 10, they're gonna accept your offer because they're already kind of like fresh with like, oh, I want this item, I like this item, I've already looked at all the photos, looked at the description, hopefully, and I like this item. So somebody's like, hey, come back, look at this offer, 25% off. Secondly, I did no closet clear out. Now this is something that Poshmark does, I want to say every Friday and Sunday. I literally participated in 0 because I knew that doing this, it actually hurts my closet more than it helps. I can honestly tell y'all, if I can just go back off of memory strictly, I may have made a total of like 12 sales in one like sitting of doing a closet clear out, and I probably dropped it really low like in order to be able to get those, and it's just not a good turnaround. I have over 800 listings. I don't know the exact amount, pop it on the screen, but I have over 800 listings, so there's no way that I'm about to drop the price on all 800 and plus listings just for maybe 5 or 10 to sell, and then I have to go and mark the prices back up and then mess up all of the numbers. Not doing it. So I cut that shit out. All right, so moving on to eBay changes. So what I did for eBay, I actually ran 2 weekend sales. So the first of the month and then the end of the month, but I like to switch the price point. So the first of the month, I'll do 15% off for that first weekend. And then the last of the month, I'll do 20% off for that weekend. So on the second and third weekend, I actually like to send out offers on that Friday. So the first and the last week of the month, I run a sale, and then the second week and the third week, I actually just like to send bulk offers out on that Friday because it is payday for a lot of people. So for Mercari, I like to send out bulk offers. So I would choose either Thursday or Friday, and I would only send out offers for the items that I had recently listed for that week, and the offer would range between 25 to 35%, just kind of like getting it to a place where, you know, it makes me happy. But I would typically only send it to 2 or more likers. So the ones that have only 1 liker on them, I would actually just promote the item. Now Mercari only allows 10 promoted listings a day, so it's kind of hard, but some of my items don't typically have likes on them, so I'm looking to sending out maybe about 20 to 25 offers to people when I do this, and then maybe about 5 to 7 promoted items, but then I would go the extra mile and promote the other 3 just so I can max it out. But clearly it didn't work because I only made 17 sales. So since I didn't complete my books already, and it is currently September 3rd, I will pop it on the screen. So that is all that I have for this video. Please let me know down below how the month of August went for you, and was it good? Was it bad? Let me know down below.